course, England in that group as well. And after that result in Croatia tonight, qualification still in England's hands. If they win against Croatia on Sunday, they qualify from League A Group 4 into next summer's Nations League finals. Equally, though, a score draw would see Spain go through and end in relegation for England, and a goalless draw would see Croatia relegated. It's quite complicated. We'll explain it more on Sunday. England, Croatia at Wembley on Sunday. Live coverage from 1:30 on Virgin Media 1 and Virgin Media Sport. 2 defeats on the bounce for Spain. But for Croatia, they come roaring back to life after their World Cup hangover well and truly blown away.
Look, they didn't bury it after the first game, didn't they? The way that they played against Spain. But yeah, that was the Croatia that we love to see. Perisic and Modric dominating the game and playing really well. That's what we've seen from them so often. So after the World Cup, yes, they didn't play particularly well. This is Perisic here. And Perisic is such a supremely talented player, the Inter Milan man. Probably doesn't get into games enough at times. I think since the World Cup, he's looked a little bit tired, I think, when I've seen him playing for them. But always wanting to come back in onto his left foot at times, to his right foot at times, in off the left-hand side. But he's such a threat, Tommy. He's so direct. He's so good when he gets himself into goal-scoring positions, and that's the interception there that set up Kramaric for the goal.
And our old friend Sergio Ramos not looking too clever again. No,
well, that was the thing. So many mistakes from Spain. It's almost as if England, after that game last month, has just upset them a little bit, and they looked so disorganised, so poor defensively. That is what we saw. But I think Croatia, it was almost as if, come on, lads, we've got to get something going tonight, and they certainly did. Yeah,
and the pride that they have as a nation. I mean, I know it was so close to the World Cup, but that 6-0 defeat in Elche in their first game after the World Cup, it must have been a real wonder to them in terms of their pride.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a huge embarrassment for them. The performances in the World Cup were excellent, and they played some great football, almost did it. So, you know, it's hard to believe you could lose 6-0 after having such an amazing summer. But this is a great comeback. They've given themselves a real chance now. It's extraordinary, having lost by 6.
It was one we talked about Perisic a minute ago, and Modric and players like that. It was one of their less familiar names, Tin Jedvaj.
Yeah, well, you told me, Tommy, he played against Ice in the World Cup. I was at 2 or 3 of the games in the World Cup, and I never saw him.
So enjoying yourself too much.
Yeah, no, well, I must have been watching the subs bench, you know. But so, you know, 22-year-old from Bayer Leverkusen, not a regular in the team there. His last goal was 2 years ago in the Bundesliga. But what were the 2 vital goals tonight? De Gea didn't do too smart. He blocks her out to him here. He's in sharp. He had to adjust his feet quickly. Vida was in beside him. Either of them could have scored a big goal, that one. It gives them a great chance.
And it kind of puts Luis Enrique's Spanish Revolution back another few steps, doesn't it?
It does, and, you know, concession of goals, well beaten by England 3-1, although they had nearly 80% possession against England. They couldn't complain. England got great goals on the breakaway. The defence found out. They went for Martinez, kind of happy in there. They never slow to show a bit of emotion.
The Croatian lads know how to party as well, let me tell you that.
Looks like it started in the dressing room.
They do know how to party.
Someone's put the beer under the table while the camera's on.
Who says the Nations League is meaningless, say?